Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to do a get ready with me. I am going to share with you some updates on new products that I have been using lately. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here and you love luxury beauty, be sure to join the fun by subscribing. If you are returning, welcome back, dear friends. Do let me know if you have already tried the products that I'm going to be using in this video and share with us your opinion. It's really important. So I'm starting with no makeup on. I only have my skincare and I have been testing the new sunscreen. I'm actually getting ready finally this year to make a video dedicated to sunscreens, because as the spring is coming, I believe that sunscreen is a really important product that we should all use. So today I'm testing, and actually in the past week or so, I have been testing a sunscreen from Skinceuticals. This one is the Advanced Brightening UV Defense Sunscreen, and I have a very, very good amount of sunscreen right now. You can see that my skin is quite shiny. This is from the sunscreen. So this sunscreen, it feels very light on the skin. It doesn't leave a white cast, and it has some good ingredients that are good for pigmentation. It is SPF 50. Overall, I like it, but if you're oily, I believe that it's going to be too shiny for you, because look how shiny my skin is right now. So I'm going to be spending the day outside, and that's why I have really good amount of sunscreen, and I'm going to be using the Clé de Peau foundation. This is the Radiant Matte Foundation. I have it in the shade 010. I should have shaken this. Anyways, so I've had some sunshine lately. I really enjoy this foundation, especially when I'm wearing sunscreens, because it is a mattifying foundation. So I waited, after I applied my sunscreen, I waited for like 20 minutes or so, just because I was having my coffee, and I'm using a very gentle stroke when I'm applying the foundation, because I don't want to be moving the sunscreen. Well, it already soaked into my skin, but still, like, I want to be very gentle, because I have a very good amount of sunscreen on my skin. You wouldn't believe it, but I'm very sensitive to sunlight. And I usually would get pigmentation spots from the sun, so that's why I want to prevent that. I adore this foundation. It's one of my current favorites, and I don't know why it took me so long to try it. It has a very pleasant floral scent. Okay, and now I'm going to be using the new Dior Backstage concealer, and I already have a full review of this concealer. I'm going to use a little bit on the back of my hand, because this is a full coverage concealer, and I only use just a little on the back of my hand. I like to mix it with the foundation just to match my skin tone. And everything is going to be in the description box. So the concealer is in number 0 neutral. So I like to apply this with my finger. I'm going to tap it lightly and blend quickly, because this concealer, the Backstage concealer, dries very quickly, sets into place. It lasts all day long for me, but I don't like to apply a lot, because if I apply a lot, it looks horrible. So I only need just a fraction, a little bit, and blend. And I shouldn't have applied on both eyes at the same time, because it's hard to blend, but anyways. So just a round of applause for my dermatologist. She thinks that it's best to apply foundation with a sponge applicator when you're applying foundation on top of sunscreen. I never listen to her usually, and I do what I want. So, but just so that you know, the best way to apply foundation on top of sunscreen, according to dermatologists, is with sponge, because you're pressing the foundation. But then I like to use the Chantecaille Buff and Blur brush. Let me go ahead and get it. I like to use this brush because it gives me a better finish. I just love this brush. Okay, and I'm ready with the base. Now, this is the kind of foundation that actually looks better as the day goes, and this is something that I really enjoy, especially for the summer season. Now, I wanted to share with you an eye cream that I have been loving in the past month, a little more than a month actually, and this one is the Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture. So usually I have some troubles under my eyes with concealers staying put. They usually tend to settle into my fine lines under the eyes, and this eye cream, I find that it prevents that, and it makes my concealers, all of my concealers, look so much better all day long. So I just wanted to share with you this eye cream. It's very rich, and I don't know why it took me so long to actually test this cream. It has been on my wish list for such a long time. So this one is definitely better than my beloved Sisley under eye cream. Oops! The little cap fell. So I just needed to share this with you because if you're like me in your 30s or above 30s, you probably are experiencing some problems with concealers under the eyes, and I'm really happy that I found this one because it helps my concealers to look so much better. And this is the only under eye cream that I use right now in the morning. So in the evening, I usually like to layer 2 different products on my under eye area because I still want to keep my under eye area looking young and plump and nice. But in the morning, this is the only product that I'm going to use, and it makes my concealers look so much better. Then moving on to my all-time favorite Sisley Loose Powder. I love this one because it doesn't look powdery, and I like to press it with damp sponge beauty blender because it gives me the most flattering and the most poreless effect. Now I find that the Dior Backstage concealer almost doesn't need setting under the eyes because it somehow sets into place on its own. It is quite long lasting, but if you don't apply too much, if you apply too much, I believe that you're not going to be very happy with the results. And then please watch my full review of the Dior concealer because I don't think that it's for everyone. I'm still gonna use it. I like it, but I don't think that it's good for everyone. Like I can't say go ahead buy this concealer because it might not be the right one for you. And now we are moving on to the fun part, and this is the eyeshadow palette by Natasha Denona. Now, if you know me, you know that these are not necessarily my colors, my kind of colors. I usually like neutral colors, but I thought that this is going to be just a nice pop of color. So I'm going to use some of these colors now, and I'm going to combine them with other more wearable colors. So yesterday I used this color Illusion alone all over my eyelid. It has this lovely it looks white in the pan, but when I swatch it, it has this lovely pearly pink color that I think looks very beautiful. But today I want to use some of the other shades. So now I'm going to go ahead and start with this color here. This is Feather, and I'm going to use a big brush, use it right in the crease. Back and forth. I think that this eyeshadow palette actually can be quite fun, even for people like me who mostly use neutral colors. I needed a little bit of color this spring. I felt like after a couple of years staying home all day, well, why not try and live to the fullest and add some color into my life? Well, at least I think it can be fun. Okay, so I probably should close the blinds because I suppose that you don't see very well the colors. I think that now it's much better like that because we have a lot of sunshine today, and it always interferes with the colors. So now you can see accurately the colors that I'm applying, but have a look at this. Like, isn't that pretty? Even if I decide to apply this color all over my eyelid and then apply a little bit of dark brown or black kohl eyeliner, I believe that this is going to be such a youthful, pretty look for the spring season. Well, why not experiment a little bit? Even me, who loves only neutral colors. Next, I'm going to be using this color here, the pretty pink shade, and I'm going to apply this on my mobile eyelid. I believe that it's going to be a very pretty color. Okay, and this is what we have so far, and you have to admit that these colors actually are not that hard to wear. They actually look quite wearable. I'm going to apply a little bit of Rouge Coco Flash. And this is the new Rouge Coco Flash from the new Rêve de Chanel makeup collection, which I reviewed. It's almost like a lip balm, you can see, but I want to moisturize my lips now, and I quite like it. Okay guys, now I have to admit that I'm so impressed with these colors, with this eyeshadow palette. I didn't expect that I was going to like the colors as much as I love them. And I just went on the terrace. We have beautiful weather with a lot of sunshine, and I don't know, my whole face is glowing with this color here. So once again, the color that I used is this one. I absolutely love it. Like it looks so incredibly gorgeous on my eyelids. It just makes me smile. It just makes me happy. And now I'm going to be using Illusion. I'm going to apply this right on the center of my eyelid. Taking a smaller crease brush, I'm going to use the deepest purple shade. This is called Bora. And I'm going to be applying this right here. Well, I'm actually starting to like this palette a lot. I didn't expect that it's going to bring me such a positive energy. It's exactly what this eyeshadow palette brings. Positive energy. So I'm going to apply Illusion just in the inner corners of my eye, the lower inner corner. So initially when I was starting this makeup look, I was intending to use this darkest shade just on the outer crease. But then I like the look just like this, just the way it is. And I think that I'm going to skip it. I'm just going to keep the look quite pretty, playful, young. I don't know, it just makes me happy. Now I'm going to be using a brown kohl eyeliner. This is Brun Cuivré by Chanel. And I'm going to just trace my lash line with this brown kohl eyeliner. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and now I'm going to apply just a little bit of black kohl eyeliner only on the very outer part of my upper lash line. I sometimes like to do that and combine black and brown eyeliners. And then I'm going to smudge everything with a little brush. Okay, now using a brush, I'm going to smudge that and make the line a little bit more seamless. So this is what we have so far. Now I want to curl my eyelashes, apply plenty of mascara, and I'm going to be back to see if I need to do some corrections. So this is with the mascara on, and now moving on to blush and highlighter. First of all, I want to apply highlighter, and I'm going to be using the new Chanel Camellia highlighter. Just going to apply it on the high points of my face. I really love this highlighter. For blush, I want to use the new Chanel Comet blush. And I don't want to use too much blush because I want the whole focus to be on the eyes. Now on my lips, I'm going to be using my favorite Chantecaille lipstick, and this one is in Meadow Sweet. And I'm going to apply this directly onto the Rouge Coco Flash. So this is going to be the finished look, and I have to say that I really enjoyed this makeup look. I actually like the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette more than I expected. I even didn't end up using a Chanel eyeshadow palette, which is a huge achievement for me. I usually would go for Chanel eyeshadow palettes. I usually go for neutral colors, but then this eyeshadow palette just makes me smile. The colors here are so fun, so beautiful and pretty for the spring, summer season. And if you're someone like me who mostly owns neutral eyeshadow palettes, I think that sometimes it's fun to have something different in your makeup collection, like a pop of color. If it makes you happy, then it's worth the splurge. So that was all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.